Live from the USA, hoping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Today is November 27th. And as you already know, Bitcoin is crushing all-time highs, pushing $10,000. I do believe I predicted this run right after we broke about 8,200. I said the next step in the cycle would be between 92, 94, 96, somewhere in there. And we're hitting that right now. What comes next is yet to be, but one thing's for certain. In the mean in between time, we go make this money. If this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, and I am the crypto trader, also known as the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice. It's another day you get the profit as a result, and today is no exception. So with that being said, we are going to jump live on the air. We got about 150 people rocking out with me live on the air right now, and somebody is about to get paid. So let's go into our Facebook community and see who that will be. So what I'm doing right now is jumping into our Facebook group. It's the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. If you're watching this after the fact, you can join us. A link is in the description and the #1 comment on this video. So we can see in Facebook, we got 16,000 of my best friends that come together 7 days a week to help each other get paid, get empowered, and get in profit, right? And now, one of them is about to win some cash money from the way BK. So let's see who that will be. Here we go. 27 shares. Let's go ahead and make sure everybody is loaded up here. All right, Big James, what's going on? It's good to see you, man. Let's see. So what I'll do is just go ahead, go up, go down, all the way around. Bam! Let's see, who is it? Crypto Hub shared your post. There we go, right there. Thank you very much, Crypto Hub. Do me a favor, shoot me your wallet in a message. I know a lot of people have done this over the past week or so. Don't worry, you can see I'm still coming live on the air. That means you still, will be getting paid. What I do is I try to consolidate everybody into one, batch send. So I know a lot of people over the past week or so have messaged me. I haven't gotten back to you. Don't feel bad. I will be doing that this week. It's just a lot easier, to do it all at once as opposed to trying to go back day by day by day to catch you all individually. So here we go. Crypto Hub. Congratulations, man. Shoot me your Bitcoin wallet. I will get you paid this week. Everybody else, you're more than welcome to join our community. The doors are always open. We got a few friendly faces around the crowd. My man Crypto, you know what I'm saying? My man Savan, Bomar with understanding, amazing, intellectual, enlightened brother right there. And then we got the bodyguard right there holding it down at Planet Fitness with no sleeves on, just waiting for something to pop off, right? So here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and keep it moving and make this money. One of the things I'm gonna do, what we started a while ago, which actually I kind of hit the reset button basically because it just wasn't in a good cycle at all. It wasn't a good part of the market. I was honestly gambling a lot with people's money, and I don't like doing that. When that green is below that orange, then that means we should not be buying. And if you don't know what that means, then we'll set it up on TradingView right now. But what I think is happening now is we've hit the bottom officially. A few coins have broken out and are actually starting to ascend, climb up. against Bitcoin, which is very, very good. Whereas before, a couple months ago, when I tried to start this trading challenge, we were in the exact opposite situation. We were just in a bear trend continuation. I think Bitcoin at the time was like $3,800, $4,000, and you can see it basically doubled. So since then, the altcoins basically went down another 20, 30, 40%. And it wasn't a good time to start trying to accumulate altcoins. But what we're doing now, my commitment to you, is to show you how to make money every day. I told you, I get paid in my sleep, and every day I wake up, I gotta get paid. And like these altcoins, I tell you, if it ain't paying, it ain't staying. So we will be building a portfolio together, you guys. Over this next 100 days, I will do one trade every day. Actually, I'll break it out. One trade every other day for the next 100 days. So I guess that's a 200-day challenge because we got a day in between the lag, but it's 100 days batching. And then that way, it'll slow it down, but it'll give us a chance to really build an amazing portfolio. And you can see how easy it is to make some money in this market. So there you go on that. First things first, we have a lot of newcomers to our community. And by newcomers, I mean, you know, the fresh blood, the young pups, the young whippersnappers, you know, that came on and decided to join us in this cryptoverse. I tell you, the water's much cleaner and the cash is much greener. You know, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Come on in, right? So you can see just by the charts alone, like the volume of money coming in this thing is new money, right? It's either coming from forts that was on the sideline, or it's coming from fiat dollars with dead extortionists on the faces, right? Either way, it's good for us because we can profit from it. Now, TradingView.com is the platform that we use to evaluate our coins and trade against each other, right? It's a very clean website, one of the best websites I've come across as far as technical analysis goes, and it is completely free, right? That's the best thing. Getting started, you want to limit your expenses, and this thing is free, right? So the method we use, guys, is called the boss method, and what I'm going to walk you through is how to set it up front to back on a completely new account. You can see when you register on TradingView, your account will look something like this. It'll be all white, probably hurt your eyes with these candles, and all these red and green lines just look like, you know, somebody just really just threw it all together. You know, can't really tell nothing from it. But what we're going to do is walk you through the methodology, the psychology, to build out the boss method so that you can still be profitable in the process. And then we'll look at Bitcoin for a couple minutes just to show you how this energy is coming together up there at 96, 97, 100. First thing we want to do with the boss method is you want to save. Save it as a new chart. That way, as we build it out, you know, it already updates. Unlimited save charts. Does it let you save it? It has to save it. Oh, so rename. So we just renamed this one and saved this one. So you see what I did? So basically on a free account, you only can have one chart. So instead of clicking save as, you just click rename and then change it to whatever name you want. And then click that little cloud button. So from now on, all we'll do is click that little cloud button and it'll save wherever we're at, right? And that way, any chart you load up will have these settings built into it, right? So with the boss method, what we see on TradingView right now is this is a daily chart. Real quick, just a little background on the technical analysis. When we zoom in, you can see that the candle we have selected is 1 day, right? If I change it to 4 hours, those red and green bars change sizes. That's because the measurement of time that they're capturing at the bottom is changing, right? So the width of time inside each candle on this chart right now is 1 day. And you can change it up here to 30 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. The best that I've found is a 4-hour candle, right? So you go ahead and change that right there. And then also we can click back down on it and put a star by it. right? That way it's stuck up there and we don't have to, you know, click through this list every single time we want to do it. If you want to trade faster, if you're looking to maybe be a day trader, you can also use my method on a 1 hour. So a 1 hour and a 4 hour are essentially the two candle sizes that I recommend getting started off. 1 hour happens a lot quicker, right? You can make a lot more money on a 1 hour, but you know, you need to be on top of it because you can lose a lot. You lose money a lot faster on a 1 hour. Whereas a 4 hour, for most people, the numerology behind it allows us to make probably 1, maybe 2 trades per week and still do very, very, very good. And I'll get to that in a minute, right? And so now we have a 4 hour candle. You can see that we're still just sitting on candles. And then this is the volume, right? We don't need that at all. So what we do right there, this is an indicator. It says volume 20 minutes. We don't need that. So we're just going to click that little X right there. Get up out of there. We don't need that. Cool. What we do need is the boss method. And shout out to the Facebook group, you know, for putting this together for me. I forget what guy it was. You know, I hit him up on Facebook, sent him a token of my appreciation in the form of Ethereum, you know, just for doing this for the people, but it's pretty cool. So this is all you do right here, guys. You go up here to indicators, and for my other videos, we didn't have this. If you go back to June, July, August, when I was making videos, we were stepping through this step by step by step, you know, adding the moving averages. Now we got a script, right? So it's people out there all over the world making money with the boss, right? So they write these little scripts and make it easier for other people to make money with the boss. They automate the process. That's pretty cool. So we click this button right up here, indicators. We type in BK. Bam! Hit them over the head with it. Shout out to CryptoProTools.com for bringing us this script right here. Ultimate BK moving averages. That's what we're going to do, right? Click that one time, and now you're one step closer to getting paid. But first, it's a few settings that we have to do. I think one thing you'll notice right away is that I have, we can reset the scale, I have my axis on the left axis, right? If we take that off, it disappears. And if we bring it back, time scale, time zone, let's do that. There it goes. So this is one thing you want to do. You want to make sure left axis is checked. You don't need the right axis. You only need one of them. So I like to have right axis unchecked. So we just have this one over here. I like to have auto scale on. So you want that button checked. And then also I like to have symbol labels. So then that way it pops up that BTC right there. So that's always good to know what coin you're looking at. Just makes it easier. And then symbol last value, and it just pops up the price, right? So it keeps that right there, right? And it looks like it has that countdown on. I don't think we really need that, but there you go. We can turn that off. You can uncheck the countdown, and that little timer will disappear. You don't really need that. You don't need indicator labels. You don't need the last value. Those just kind of clutter up everything. They don't really help you. You know, if they don't really help you, you don't really need them. And then you can also do scale price chart, and that'll like lock in the price chart scale. That way it always, you know, it's like zoom extents. If you know how AutoCAD used to work, you basically zoom in, you know, as close as the candle range is. So that's really a good setting to have. It's called scale price chart. Make sure that one's checked too, right? But here we go. And then the last thing up here, we can start to look at the script itself. Look at that. That's a big one. So my guy, I'm going to have to try to get him to recode this to say scale left, because we wanted to grip the candles that are on the left-hand side. You see that? Scale left, right? Everything is scale. For me, it's scale left, right? If you like it on the right-hand side, then you just keep it on the right-hand side. My candles also, I need to double-click those and click scale left. I just like everything on the left-hand side because I like to, you know, draw lines and do all my boss analysis, you know. right there from the left-hand side. So I like it, like everything in one place. I don't like to go over here to do stuff and then still have to go over there. So that's why I scale it to the left. So once we do that, once we reformat everything to scale left, the candles and the ultimate BK script and our axis, you can see that now we're cooking with some gas, right? This thing is looking just how I have it on every other video. Next thing we want to do is we want to change the background, right? So we go from light to dark. And that'll make it a little bit easier on your eyes, especially if you're sitting in the charts for 16 hours a day like me. So there you go. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Now, one of the things, and let me jump over in our chat. Let me just pull this up and make sure everything is good. I appreciate your enthusiasm, Jojo Wave. Thank you for the vote of confidence. So if you have any questions in the chat, you can do that. I got you guys on the other screen, so I can kind of jump back and forth. We'll talk about the Fibonacci in a second. Good. So here we go, right? Now we have 3 moving averages that are built on top of this thing. A 7, and we can double click that to see. So now let's click on the settings for this thing. Click that little gear on Ultimate BK moving average. And now it's a few things that we don't necessarily need right away. We can uncheck that button right there. We can uncheck the 21 right there. We have a 7, a 77, and a 231. And for the 231, we can leave it as an area. Now, it's one thing I learned, and I do apologize about this. You know, when I made videos, I really didn't think about all these different factors. But it's one thing I think I'll do now. That we have a method, we have a script, and we have a pretty good audience. I guess when some people, their eyes don't process colors the same on the color spectrum. It's just, you know, energy differentiation. Their eyes just don't separate the wavelength from spectrum. So they don't see it. They struggle to differentiate between red and green and orange and brown. So what I'll do is I'm going to change the colors that we use on this method, right? So the first line is going to be white. The 7 is going to be white. And the 77 is going to be blue. And the 231 we'll just kind of put as like a shaded column, right? And this is, we'll do like a gray column. So you see that I click this button right here, gray. And now I want to move this thing and make it a little bit darker. So I just kind of fade it in like that, right? Right there to the middle. And now we have 3 different lines that hopefully everybody can use, right? And benefit from. You know, so that's just one small change I'll be doing in my method from here on out to try to account for global adoption, right? Cool. So that's it. That's it right there. And again, just a quick history on what the 7 and the 77 is. A simple moving average, all it does is it measures the range of candles inside a given window of time. So we're doing, our first one is 7 days, right? And so just imagine that white line is just taking a picture and averaging everything that's happening inside that window, right? When those candles get lower, that white line starts to get lower. You see it bounces back, right? Now what happens? It starts to go up because every single candle inside that gap is getting higher and higher and higher. Now it's at the top. Guess what's going to happen? It's going to flatten out. So that white line is about to go flat for a second because it's almost just giving us a delayed picture of 7 days behind it, 7 candles, 7 bars, right? Whereas the blue line now, and what I'll do is I will just show you how you can start to manipulate some of these guys. We can color this one green. Actually, no, I want to leave that there. White, I want to color the label green. That way it pops out. Label background. All right. Right. Whereas here, now we're doing, the blue line is going to capture 77 bars. Right. And so the blue line is a lot slower. It doesn't move as much because, again, the window of time that it's accounting for is much bigger, right? So it actually has a lot more information inside of it. So as a result, and we'll just move the blue line down here since, you know, it's down there, right? So you can see, like, this is how they swing back and forth. Ms. Nani said, are you going to be changing the color of the lines for everyone? Yeah, this is the new method now. So it's white, blue, and gray, this kind of cluster column down here, right? The blue line is the 77, the white is the 7, and the columns are the 231. And we'll do it for now. I think that'll work better. It's still pretty easy to determine, you know, how to read everything. Yeah. Crypto, thank you. Said hit them up on Facebook if I need default settings. Thanks so much, man. That would be awesome. Yeah, Crypto, if you can change the script to this one, white, blue, and this gray cluster column, I think that would be pretty cool. I kind of like the depth of having the columns here because it kind of gives it some, you know, depth. And I think that's really, really, really important, especially when we get to areas of the chart like this. It allows our eyes to perceive, you know, how deep the energy inside this little section is. I think that's lost in translation a lot of times. So I do like the 231 being kind of a thicker, you know, substance, having a little bit of thickness to it, right? I won't say too much about that. So we'll just keep it moving. And 77 is our blue moving average. So essentially the 77 captures all of those candles inside of that, right? And that's why it's much slower, but you can see still we started right there and the 77, all the candles went up super, super high, but the blue line only got about halfway right there, right? So you can see it's just a lagging window of data, of time, right? That pretty much gives you a good snapshot of the range of candles in that during that time. So 77 days, 77 bars, and 7 bars, right, on a 4-hour chart. Now, what does that mean, right? This is the biggest thing to understand, right? So it tells you right here, your 7 is looking at the past 1 day and 4 hours. That's just the average range of the past day, visualized in a line, right? Visualized in that white line right there. The 77 is looking at the past 12 days, right? So here you go. So that's it. That's basically it. Yeah. Green above orange buy. I know, but trust me, I got some new quotes for you. So don't feel bad. Don't think it's dead, you know, because it's not. I got some new ones. I just gotta write them down and work out the kinks. But you know, I think it's gonna be white above blue. You know what to do. Blue above white is about to be a cold thing. You know, so you want to sell it. You don't want to be locked out in the cold. So I think that's what we go roll with right now. But 7 and 77. So essentially what this says is, as long as that white is above that blue, you know exactly what you need to do, and that is buy. White above blue, you know what to do. It's money time. That's when we buy, right? And so just to give you, you know, real world example, when that happened, bam, right there. And when we sell it when it drops below that white. And again, this is on a 4-hour chart, so it's not going to be perfect, but it is going to be pretty good at you know, maximizing your return, right? So just in that spread right there on Bitcoin, if we would have followed the boss method, we would have, I don't have any of my tools. I'm like, where is everything? I got to like literally redo everything. One of the other tools we need is, I'll do the tools on another video. How about that? Date and price range. So just on that little swing right there, we would have been able to lock in about 18%, right? Because we would have bought it right there when the price was 5,800. Actually, that's a better idea. Let's just do a strike price. So for that one, I want this guy. Start coding these up. Price label. We buy right there, 5,800. We can make this bigger so you guys can see it, right? And we sell it. Right there, which would have been right around 67, right? That's pretty good, right? That is a profit margin that you can live with inside of 2 weeks, right? And so that's the boss method, guys, explain. And same thing, we take that, you know, we buy back in right there. $7,200, and we're still riding, right? So again, it's not perfect with regards to the spread. Some of you guys might have been like, oh my God, I just sold it at 6,800 and I bought it back at 7,200. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? This is why you do it. You do it because all this time, right? All this time, you had your money on an asset that was accumulating value and not at risk, right? So just imagine that date range. Anytime that market goes down, let's see if we can pull this up real quick. There it goes. Whenever that market goes down, you lost. Not only did you lose cash, but you lost time. 2 days and 8 hours right here. And altogether, just waiting on the bounce, you lost 4 days, almost 5 days. So when that blue and that white intersection, when that happens, your best bet statistically for your money to increase your rate of return is to sell it and go find something else immediately that is already on this side of the chart. So instead of hodling and watching your money disappear every day right in front of your eyes, right? Because this was not guaranteed to happen. It was not guaranteed to bounce like that, right? In fact, after it reaches a certain level, you know, almost 9 out of 10 times, it won't bounce like that. Bitcoin is just so strong, it can do Superman stuff like that. But that's not normal. Don't think that's normal. Normally, when that white crosses that blue, it drops, and it drops big. But for whatever reason, Bitcoin has a lot of intrinsic momentum. And again, this will be a separate video to where whenever it gets close to that 231, that's more or less like the recharge zone down there, right? And so I apologize if like this chart is kind of sloppy, but I don't have all my tools, but you can see how I'm just kind of building it on the fly as we go, right? Cryptopolis does not have numbers. Yeah, it has industries. We'll talk about that later. That's a separate video. But if you look at that chart, the Let's Make a Deal video I did for Cryptopolis, it is at 5 o'clock. So just imagine Cryptopolis is a clock. Just look at 5 o'clock, and that's the coin that was door number 3. So getting back to this chart, though. So Bitcoin is extremely, extremely, extremely strong, right? Let's clear it off real quick. And that's the boss method. Green, or I'm sorry, white and blue, you know what to do, right? And we just pinpoint the intersections. When that blue goes down, we get out. When that blue goes above, we jump in. That's it. That's the boss method. 9 out of 10 times that will make you money. This is a 4-hour chart on a free account. Trust me, it can get a lot better, a lot faster. But for free, this is the best you're going to ever do, right? If you want to pay, then, we'll have some advanced features that I start going over and reviewing. But for a free account, just getting set up, this is the easiest, fastest, and simplest way to make you the most profit and get you the most return on your money, right? 231, again, is just a longer moving average. So what we said before with the time scale with the 7 and 77, just imagine a 231 basically accounting for 231 bars, right? And so this thing is basically like a long wave, right? It takes a lot of information in, and it basically gives you like a support system, like a support network. So that's all you got to think of. 231 is almost like Bitcoin support network. When it drops down, it just touch it again, say, okay, I'm good, bam, click out, right? I'll come up with a story and an analogy to, I used to talk about the little brother, big brother, but now I might do something else just for the new method. But that's it. That's it, you guys. I think that's good just to get set up on TradingView without jumping too far in the weeds too quick. That's all you need to get set up. I'm going to do, some people were asking about Fibonacci. Honestly, that's a whole another video in itself. So I don't want to get into that. I just wanted to give the people 2 points, decision points, buy and sell, right? Because at the end of the day, that's really all you need to know when to do, right? What to do. Do you need to buy it or do you need to sell it, right? And if that white is below that blue, right there, that's when you sell it. Put a little green, little red line right there. Make it thick so you don't forget. We sold it right there. Buy it back right there. And again, I don't think you should ever be swing trading Bitcoin like this. I think Bitcoin is far too valuable and far too unpredictable for you to actually sell it right here. This was an example of the boss method on a chart. I probably should have did it on Ethereum, but again, I would have had to get into Ethereum Bitcoin, Ethereum USD, so I didn't. I don't think you should ever sell your Bitcoin when that blue goes below that white, because then you're risking a super reverse cowplex move like this, and you just lost 20% of your Bitcoin, right? But on the altcoins, it's a different story because normally the altcoins move a lot slower and they're dependent on Bitcoin, right? So it's a lot easier. For example, if we look at Trig, it's a lot easier to understand. Look at that. How these waves work, right? Look at that. That is beautiful, you guys. Look at how, like, after it was under the white, like this thing literally like sank to the bottom, right? That's why I like the white. That's why I really do like that white in columns, because it kind of traps it, it encases it. Even up there, it was like, bam, crash back down. Bam, crash back down. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's to the point to where it's almost going to use that white as a floor. So you can think of the white as almost a swimming pool, right? When it's underwater, it's going down. But when it's above the surface, then it can make some real deal money. And Trig is actually our buy for the 100-day trading challenge, right? Trig is set up to make some real deal money. It's not very expensive relatively right now, so it's not like Dash, Ethereum, you know, where it's hundreds of dollars. It's not like that, and it's already confirmed that that white is above the blue, right? So we do have some quick momentum behind this thing. The white's above the blue, and the white is above the 231, right? So only thing that's going to happen now is we're going to fall a little bit to our next support level, which should be down in here somewhere. Let me draw this box so you guys can see it. We should catch right about there before we start to regain our composure and go back. If you want to look at the 1 hour, the 1 hour will show you that these candles, basically where that wave happened, where that white net, all those wicks are basically the market trying to figure out if it liked the price. You see that? So that's where we expect this thing to come back down to. And that's where we can set a buy order for Trig. I'm going to set a buy order today at 11,500. So how do we do that? I will put that in the next video. But I'm writing that down, buy order Trig, 11.5, right? And so this is kind of part one of our 100-day trading challenge, but that's our strike price, right? And this is getting, you see, it's getting pretty quick into trading and making money and using the charts. Like, you know, we don't need a lot of time to make a lot of money, right? And this is one way you do it. You make your money on the buy. So a lot of people don't think that this chart will get here. I can tell you right now that more than likely it will, because it had a lot of energy trying to figure out what to do on that side. A lot of people might be buying it right here, you know, thinking it might have support on 231, but it'll probably need to catch a little bit, sit sideways, you know, a couple days before it makes its next move. So this is going to be our entry point. And I'll put the date, November 27th, entry point for Trig, right? Bam, bam. Trying to find the text. Oh, show text. There it goes. Right. So that's cool. And you can see it's already below that little midline right there. So that's going to be our entry point. We'll get a buy right there, but basically it'll be buying into a rebound because this is a lot of negative energy. That's just basically a mass sell-off, but it's more or less already shown the market that it has value right now. So we're just going to wait, you know, let these sellers dump it. You know, we buy it back for a few pennies, you know, and ride it back up, right? But this is going to be our trade. And that's why I said every 2 days, every other day, because this one is probably going to need at least 2 or 3 days to figure out what it wants to do. It might even drop a little bit more, but that's not a problem, right? That's not a problem at all. It's better for us to buy it here and let the market figure out what it wants to do, as opposed to speculate. I'm just looking at those candles. The velocity of these candles are really, really strong. I think it's going to crash through that one. I think we might be better off getting it down here. We'll figure it out. That it's for certain going down there, but because it's done it so quick now, that's what concerns me. Because you see the time that it took to go up that high to where it's on this side, it just bam, hit it, right? That's a lot of negative momentum. And that doesn't stop all at once. I think we should lower this at least to there. Maybe. This is kind of where you have to time your entry up. Let me see. And now, honestly, you're getting a lot in this first video. Now we jump down to a 30-minute. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, we're not bad. We're not bad right here. Because you see all that happened. Again, what I'm looking at is this big area of consolidation right there, right? I don't need to make every penny, but as long as I know I'm getting a pretty good deal on my money, I'm good. But because that thing bounced there and bounced there, it's almost guaranteed to come back to it. So with that being said, we'll bump our entry down to 11,00011, and that'll give us a pretty good entry point on it. Because you still got a little bit of buffer right below it for it to fill down in there somewhere. But we'll buy it at 11 flat, and that'll be pretty good. That'll be a good spot for us. And this is a possible double down. Right, and that's basically if this crashes through and doesn't hold, then we might throw a little bit of more money down there to increase our position because we are still confident in the momentum of the trade to carry us higher, right? So there you go. That's trig. That's our buy for today. It's gonna be a pretty strong correction. This is basically a violent coin right now because the market again is trying to convince itself that it's worth buying. And it's hard to convince yourself of anything when you just lost, 90-something% of your value, 80%. So it's going to be violent. It's going to be choppy. Waters will smooth out, right? And we will be riding this thing to much greener pastures. So yeah, there you go. Cool. So I'll do that in our next video. I'll put a buy order in. Right there at 11. Hopefully it fills. If it doesn't, it should fill. That's a lot of negative momentum. That's it's gonna chop down here for a while. But yeah, so we'll be good with that, and we will make a lot of money on that buy. So check it out. That's trig, you guys. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe. I'm making a new playlist for the 100-day trading challenge. Check that out as well. In addition to that, you guys, I do have a few new products that I'm developing right now. I just talked with my guy about website and building out some new protocols and processes to really streamline, what we doing in this community. Don't think it's just this little bitty website and me speaking on YouTube. That's not it. I assure you, we're gonna be doing a little bit more. But for now, you got to take what you can get. So I do have 3 reports that I have developed and put together. One is called the Profit Package. This is really just a list of the prime time real estate that you need to acquire in the cryptoverse, right? These are the highly valued, highly favored assets, and they're there for your review. Next up is the Dream Team. This is kind of like the second generation, kind of the young rookies of the year. These are a few of the bigger ICOs, ERC20 tokens that have a few $100 million in market cap, but still very, very, very underpriced given their potential. It'd kind of be like, buying Steph Curry when he was at Davidson, right? His sophomore year at Davidson, nobody knew who this dude was. You know what I'm saying? Junior year, the whole world knew his name. So, that's what you got with the Dream Team right there. And then Cryptopolis is really just the future of innovation and blockchain and civilization. And this is my favorite list right now. Cryptopolis report is some of the major game changers that are being built out on the blockchain to resurrect society, hopefully in a new beneficial way and heightened, understanded way, right? Shout out to Saban Bomar again. So yeah, guys, there you go. I apologize that this one went a little bit long. I think it was some good value, hopefully some good value communicated on this video. If you're in the chat right now, do me a favor and shout your country out. Somebody said no Cyber Monday deals. I tell you what, I'm going to put a deal on here, Cyber Monday. I'll do a bundle for the new people. I'll do a bundle of all 3 reports. I got to figure out the price, but I'll do a Cyber Monday bundle deal. All 3 reports for the new people for like $50 or something like that. So there you go. Cyber Monday deal, bundle $50. I'll put a little package there for you. Cool. Shout your country out. Let me know where you're repping from. In addition to all that, I did another video today. 2-minute tips of the day. Check my channel for it. This one was about you know, taking a little holiday. Mine is in South Beach. Shout out to the 305. You know, I'll be down there in a couple weeks, kicking it with some of my crypto people. So if you're in Miami and you want to meet up, I think we'll do like a little BK meetup down there in Miami while I'm down there. That'll be pretty cool. Look forward to that. And then last thing, I am on Twitter as well. So make sure you follow me on there, BK Crypto Trader. I do post charts, trades, breakouts on there as well. So here we go. Question of the day. This is your second chance to get some money, you guys. Question of the day. What coin should we buy next for our 100-day trading challenge? Leave your answer in the comments on this video right now as soon as we get off the air. And I will be picking a winner next Friday. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get somebody paid. I'm sorry, not get paid. Let's shout our people out. Don't answer the coin question now. Leave it in the comments. The chat is just for the country shout out. So let's do it. Canada, Australia, Ireland, what's going on? Yeah, Cody, I know we're meeting tomorrow. Don't worry, I got your email. Texas in the house, Canada, Texas 3 times, back to back to back, right? Seattle, Miss Debbie, how's it going there, Seattle? Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us. Canada, Chocolate City in DC, England, Japan. Shout out to Japan. I was just thinking about Japan earlier today for whatever reason. So there you go. There you go. Manifesting already. Harrow, Canada, Colorado. Big Jojo, thanks for joining us. Australia. Indicators are updated. Shout out to Crypto Pro Tools said the indicators have now been updated. Use the new colors by BK. Thank you, sir. Juan Carlos buying me drinks in Miami like a boss. Compliments of Bitcoin Cash. Yes, sir. Canada, what's going on? Boston, San Diego, right? Philippines, Bulgaria. Richard said he subscribed because he do like money. Bam! Welcome to the money team. With that being said, it's that time of the day. Signing out. This the boss. The boy BK, no matter where you stay, from Brazil to the Bay, California, all the way back out to Jerk. Money. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on, copy and paste this video, text somebody you care about to empower and change their life. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Until we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.